Hi, welcome to Art You Crazy, the podcast that flips the script on the struggling artist paradigm.
We're your hosts, Tessie
and Erin Elizabeth Reed.
Two artistic multi-hyphenates who believe that every person is creative.
And every creative should pursue their passions. Each episode,
we shine a light on our and others' creative journeys along the pathway to personal success.
If living a life of creative purpose sounds daring, then yeah, you could call us crazy.
We embrace it.
And we want to know, aren't you crazy too? No, seriously.
'Cause we are. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And the season of seeing families coming on. How do we talk about what we do with them at all? It's so amazing to be back, folks.
With the holidays coming on, we thought maybe it was a good opportunity to talk about how to handle well-meaning but perhaps
badly informed.
Yeah. Questions or digs, insults about what you do as a creative from people, family, and friends that aren't creatives.
This always hits the nail for me. And I don't know why I respond in a song. Wow, this is a strong topic because whenever I go back to my family, I know that today they're more supportive, really, but I always find in my subconscious level that I'm validating myself because they always ask me like, and when are we going to see you on a TV show? Or are you already on Netflix? You're in the States. You're supposed to be already holding the Oscar, right? Like, when are you going to invite us to the red carpet? And I'm like, well, how do I explain to them that it's much more complex than that without telling them, you have no idea how the fucking hustle is. Go die, you know? And the way I explain it to them is I try to almost tell them the thing is to keep on persevering, keep on fighting for the opportunities, getting to meet more people, go to more events. They don't understand it. They say, well, I've been doing that for the past 15 years. So why is it not working? I feel like I always want to go to Nepal and imagine myself floating with a bird in my left shoulder to not lose my mind.
Yeah. What kind of bird? That's the question.
A bluebird.
Oh, in Nepal. I thought you were going to say an eagle.
Poor bird must be wearing a sweater or something.
He's a long way from home. We saw 2 blue jays this morning, actually, on our fence.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 2 males, which was even more curious. I definitely know what you mean. It's like a defensive thing. It's like having to defend what you do to other people who can't comprehend why a life in the arts would ever be deliberately chosen. Mm-hmm. Because there's not quite the same benchmarks or measurable output that signify progress along the way to an ultimate goal, like you might see in a more traditional type of job. So it's not like you get a promotion or you get a raise.
A bonus.
A bonus that you can bring home to the family and talk about. Or
here your bonuses and your like promotions are, oh, you got a callback.
Right.
And then after the callback is like, that's
still hear nothing, but that was it.
That was it. That was your promotion.
Yeah.
1 callback every 50 auditions.
Yeah. Even just getting an audition is like evidence that you are in the process of your work, of your career. And for other mediums, like we're speaking about the acting side of things, because that's our specialty, the storytelling world. But in other mediums, I'm sure it's the same way. Like if you're a painter or a photographer, maybe the big steps, the big milestones that you can talk about are, well, I had a public gallery showing, or I sold my first painting, or
I sent my photo to a contest and they put it in a magazine. You know? I guess the success is like when they invite you to National Geographic, or I mean, what kind of photographer you are, of course, right? But or if you're a headshot photographer, and then I'm doing the headshots for Meryl Streep, but then it's like, and also what measures of success, right? For some people, success might be that. And for other people, success might be that they have a comfortable life and they can provide for their family. And I'm talking about success is not only being on the mainstream.
You're right, like being in the public eye.
Exactly. Yeah.
But for people who are not involved in the arts, that's their window into the arts, is what is available to me to purchase or consume or participate in as a buying public. And so it's very difficult for people to wrap their heads around what you do every day in this work.
Okay, so let's play a game, because this episode is like, we want to invite you if you're creative or not a creative, and we are sitting in the Christmas table, and it's the Christmas dinner, or however it is that you celebrate it, or just a gathering with family. It doesn't have to be Christmas if you...
Yeah, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, nothing at all.
And then let's pretend that I am not an artist at all. I'm just your favorite aunt.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw you some balls and let's see what we do.
Oh, what kind of balls?
Hopefully not hairy ones. But okay.
And Lucy, it's so good to see you. How are you doing?
Oh, my darling. I haven't seen you in so long since you moved to New York.
I know. It's been a little while.
Oh, my darling. Now you belong to the big city. You don't remember the people the poor ones that are left behind.
Oh, nonsense. I think about you all the time.
Well, so tell me, you're going to do the countdown in the big Times Square now. You're going to be guiding the countdown for the New Year's. That's your job now?
Yes, it is. I'm going to do that this year. I'm helping out.
Oh, how? We're going to see you on TV doing 5, 4, 3, 2, Happy New Year?
Well, not exactly. I'm actually more of an assistant on the production side of things.
But I thought that you were supposed to be in front of the camera.
Well, yes, that's in my other acting work. I audition for things like that. But for this particular job, they have their celebrity hosts who are in front of the camera. So I'm just an assistant for this one.
Oh, that's so disappointed, darling.
Oh.
We wanted to see you on TV. We wanted to see you on the countdown. That's why you went to New York, to be our celebrity from Texas.
Oh, you're so sweet. I appreciate the support. But you don't have to feel bad about it. I mean, it's an opportunity for me to meet other great people in the industry and network and build connections that way. And honestly, Aunt Lucy, it pays really well because, nobody else wants to be working on New Year's Eve out in the cold, so...
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Oh, no, so that means that you're not going to spend New Year's Eve with us here.
No.
Oh, no, I didn't think about that. How selfish of me. Oh, okay, darling. So tell me, what is a day for you in the city of New York? I'm sure you're all day sipping cocktails in the Rockefeller Center in the nightlife.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? But I probably wouldn't be able to get very much work done if I sipped cocktails all day long. I'm not like Uncle Harold. Don't tell him I said that.
Hopefully he has turned off his hearing device.
Yeah, he looks like he's snoring in the lazy boy over in the corner right now. I think we're good. A day for me is, every day's a little different, because I work for myself. I'm an entrepreneur, so I get to make my own schedule. I like to have a nice morning routine and really get the juices flowing. I'll do some creative writing. Some days I work on a podcast with my best friend Tessie. I'll write. I have some great ideas that I'm working on slowly but surely.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Then the uncle comes from the back and says, "When are you going to do your first film?"
Uncle Harold, I already have done my first film. I've done many films.
But how come you're not like Mae West yet?
Wow, I would love to be like Mae West one day. These things, they just take time. It doesn't really happen overnight.
Okay, let's go for a toast. Bye.
Great talking to you, Uncle.
I'm so sorry I threw so many curves there to you. You were great because you didn't break the game or anything else.
No, actually, I started to really live in this scenario and I was like, oh no, don't stop the game. But no, thank you. Wow, that was fun. That was fun.
I really admired how well you kept it. You were very generous. You were very calm and kind and bright with the answers that you were given. You were also empowering yourself, saying, working. I'm an entrepreneur. I decide how to handle my time. And then I wake up and I get the creative juices going. Oh my God, I think that, I don't know if it's the Mexican blood in me. I would have already have like 5 tequilas and say, I have nothing to say. Fuck off.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Maybe should we reverse? Okay, we're going to reverse roles here. And Tessie, why don't you illustrate
what it is for all of this to go wrong?
Yeah, when things go wrong. When things go really wrong. Hola, ¿qué tal? Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, the arthritis is acting up. It's really hard to get around these days. I'm in a lot of pain, but such is life. But tell me about you, young one.
I am so sorry that has been so bad with the arthritis. Oh my God.
That's okay.
It's so nice to come back and see the family, and I see you all so well. I haven't been here
Well, except for the arthritis.
Yeah, of course, except for arthritis, but it feels good to come back home, yeah?
Yeah. We're glad to have you here. You shouldn't have left. You belong here.
I know I belong here, yes, but I wanted to meet other people, learn about other cultures. That's been great. It has...
Yeah, so you can forget about us. Forget all your Mexican heritage.
Not really. I still keep my Mexican heritage. I actually have written some things about Mexico, and I'm trying to bring forward my identity as a Mexican in another country. It's pretty hard, actually.
Oh, yeah, we know it's hard. That's why you should just come back here.
How do you know it's hard?
Well, because I've lived it my whole life. I'm much older than you.
Yeah, but you've done nothing like what I do.
You don't know what I've done with my life.
Then tell me what you've done with your life. You never speak of anything. It's always a secret.
The mouth on you?
Well, it's just that you are always interrogating me and all the time, like wanting to know what I am and criticizing and telling me everything that I'm doing wrong, but I barely know anything about anybody in this family.
How can you say that? This family has been nothing but generous to you. All we've done is sacrifice for you, and you are ungrateful. You just run off to another country all the time. First it's France, then it's America. Now you're on the East Coast. We don't hear from you for decades at a time. And when you do come back, you just pretend that you're too good for us and you don't like us anymore.
I'm sorry that it's so hard for you to grab the phone or send me a message to ask me how I'm doing, if I'm surviving.
I'm old. I don't know how to send email. I'm not good with that techie stuff.
But you know how to grab a phone and make a phone call.
I don't know what your phone number is.
You do have my phone number. I see you all the time gossiping in WhatsApp. You're very good at that.
It's not gossip if it's true.
Okay, I need the whole bottle of cider right now. Goodbye. Nice talking to you, Auntie. I hope that your arthritis gets worse.
Your underwear is showing.
Your underwear is showing.
Oh my God.
That was like, what do I say without cursing? Your underwear is showing. I love that.
First off, let me apologize.
Oh my God, not at all. It was actually pretty close to reality, unfortunately.
Just so our listeners know, I just want to be clear. I'm not mocking Mexican.
Oh, not at all.
Family members. I just know a little bit about what you have told me about some of your interactions with your specific family members.
Yeah.
And issues that you've struggled with. So that's what I was drawing from, just to be clear.
Not at all. No, I didn't take it that way. And I hope that nobody feels that it's a personal attack. It's literally a game where we're pretending to be each other's family because we know about each other. When you started doing the aunt and the arthritis and everything, I was like, oh, I really hope that she starts becoming more passive aggressive. And you did. And I'm like, yes, be more passive aggressive. More. Yes, tell me how less I care about you, how much I abandon all of you. Yes. And you brought it. Yeah, because, that's important to not to make them feel bad or to say, oh, poor me, I'm the victim of a family that doesn't understand me. Boo, boo, hoo, hoo. It's more like, how could all of us creatives or free-spirited people, how can we not explode and lose ourselves as well when we encounter these kinds of interactions? I don't think they do it to hurt us. It's just I think that they don't understand. They didn't really learn how to express their emotions and themselves. My family, when they're passive aggressive and when they're being very adamant about me abandoning them and all of that, is a way of telling me that they miss me, which is not a justification of
the manner.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you bring up a beautiful point, which is, and not that it's easy, but if you can step back emotionally by half a step or a whole step and listen for the love behind what's being said or asked, then that might help flip how you might respond to it. Obviously, this is like within a range of healthy family dynamics, that obviously if they're serious, excuse yourself from it because you do need boundaries as well. I mean, every human does, creative or not.
I do my best to not give them any power over me.
Changing the subject is a great alternative.
Probably your case and my case, we are out of the ecosystem. We are the ones that are coming back to the ecosystem.
Yeah.
We've seen other things. We've been interacting maybe with different people, with different circumstances. So it's really easy for us to consider other ways of viewing things because we've been outside. But for the people that stay within, it's really hard to see, to just accept that there are different points of views than what they're living very insularly in. It's like going into an island and then wanting for the islanders to change their traditions and stuff coming from the outside. It's very shocking because they've been working in an insular way.
Wow, Tessie, that's very powerful. It makes me think about any kind of colonialism, like,
oh shit,
the outsiders coming in.
I mean, it's not an easy thing to do. And I would say that to myself. To go with grace and say, I'm going to have a good time, probably going to ask a lot of questions. I'm going to take those questions with love. And I'm always going to try to play the card of love before the other card. Can I try to communicate with them? Maybe they never felt heard. Can I make them feel like they've been heard? Even if they're not right. You know that they're not right. You know it in your heart. You're like, you want to put that chocolate cake in their face and make them eat the chocolate with their nostrils. But you can there decide and say, this is going to save me so much mental anxiety. So like, yeah, you're right. And then you go in your way and you say, fuck this shit.
I would even say admitting somebody is right, if that's not sitting well with you. What's worked for me is to be like, oh, that's interesting. I haven't thought of that before. And just leave it at that.
Yeah. Then the argument stops there.
Yeah.
You need to continue to fuel the argument in order for it to continue to grow. It's like a fireplace. And again, with the metaphor, I used it in another episode. Come on, Tessie, look for more metaphors. Not everything is about a fireplace. And maybe I'm obsessed with fireplaces because I never had one.
We're not therapists. This is not professional psychological counseling advice. This is just, hopefully there are no arguments and your family and friend visits can go as smoothly as possible.
Lovely, lovely holidays to all of you.
Lovely holidays. Stay crazy out there.
Oh, or stay sane.
Hey, I'm sure you loved this episode. Before you go, here are 3 ways you can help us keep things crazy.
You could just leave us a rating or share this episode so more people can access this content. Easy peasy, right?
Feeling ultra crazy?
Donate to the show by clicking the link provided in the podcast description or on our Instagram's bio.
I'm sure you will.
Stay crazy out there, y'all.
Stay crazy!